Right, let's see what IGN's got today.
Hey,
Missed
what's up
like the last
everyone?
two.
This is Mitchell Saltzman here with our very last feature
Still
for
watched them,
IGN
just didn't get
First,
to
featuring Sonic
cover
Frontiers.
them.
And this one's going to be a little looser, a little more casual. I've played 4 hours
Yeah, I'm a little
of
behind.
Sonic Frontiers at this point, and now that all the embargoes are up and I'm able to talk about everything unrestricted, I wanted to answer some questions based on the 4 hours I played. So let's hit that title card and we'll jump right into it. Before we start proper though, I've got to give a bit of a fair warning. It's been more than a month since I had my last play session with Sonic Frontiers. I last played it in the middle of May, if you can believe it. So it's going off of what is no doubt an older build, but I'm also going off of memories that are a little bit dated. So, you know, just understand that things could change and my memory of smaller details might not be 100%. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Alright, so let's begin with probably the most commonly asked questions. I'm gonna just group a bunch of these together and let's talk about cyberspace. What I think I'm gonna do is talk about this generally first before addressing specific questions about cyberspace. I got to play 4 levels. You see 2 of them in that Nintendo Direct trailer. One of them is modeled after Green Hill Zone, and that's actually the very first thing that you get to play when you jump into Sonic Frontiers. There's an opening cutscene, and then you get thrown into Cyberworld, and you do that Green Hill Zone, basically. The second one is the Highway Zone that you see, which is probably like my favorite one that I got to play. That one was just awesome. There was one that was modeled after Chemical Plant Zone, and then there was one that was kind of like a Sky Temple. I don't really remember if it was based off of any prior Sonic games. It might have, but it's
Sky
been a little while
Sanctuary,
since I
yeah,
played some of the
probably.
older
Figured they were gonna do
Sonic
generation
games.
stuff,
So
we
to
kinda
answer
knew.
the question from Flame Kit Fox about the length of the cyberspace levels, to me they felt a bit short, and I say that because I believe I beat most, if not all of them, within 2 minutes, even on like my first try. And you know, usually these 3D Sonic levels, they focus on different beats. You go from a really fast boost section to a 2D section and then back to a 3D section, whereas the levels in Sonic Frontiers felt pretty focused on 1 or 2 things. You would start off, it would be a boost focused section, then you'd go onto a rail, and then you'd go onto like a little platforming bit until you're back into a boost section, and then you get to the end of the level. So they felt shorter, but I don't really mean that in a negative way. I think they were actually just long enough where I wanted to keep on retrying them so I can get those goals. I mentioned this also in my preview. Every level has 5 goals, and every time you achieve a goal, you get a vault key, which allows you to unlock the Chaos Emeralds. So I played 4 hours of Sonic Frontiers, but honestly, most of that time was kind of spent in cyberspace because I'm the kind of person when I play a Sonic game where I wanna strive for those S ranks. I wanna strive for getting those goals. So I would keep on retrying until I get the level down pat. To me, that's the most fun I have when I play a Sonic game. It's that feeling of mastering a level.
As long as levels are fun, and he
without
seems to have
slowing down.
enjoyed them at least.
So I really strove to kind of get
But I hope
that
they're not all,
experience
like,
every time I played one of these cyberspace
Sonic
levels.
Forces
So
short.
for me, I actually kind of like the shorter length, especially when consider the fact that it's not the full game. The cyberspace is not the whole game. It is this
Yeah,
mix of
it's like
the
almost
open
side
zone
stuff,
exploration,
practically.
everything that you can do there, along with these cyberspace levels. So yeah, in short, the levels are short, but I also don't think it's a huge problem. And then as for the second part of this question, are they closer to those of Unleashed, Generations, or Forces? I guess it's more similar to Unleashed and Generations because of the fact that there's no wisps. There's no wisps. Wisps is still a very hard word for me to say. It's just kind of purely focused on that modern, boost-focused 3D Sonic experience. As for the 2D sections, actually, I didn't get to play it, but my colleague Jeffrey Vega, who played about 2 hours of the game, he went a different way in the open zone and ended up finding a cyberspace level that I didn't find. And he said that it was entirely 2D focused. So I think they're gonna mix it up a good amount with the cyberspace levels in this game. Another thing that a lot of people really wanted to know about is momentum, and I feel a little bad about this one because I honestly didn't really think about it. Sonic's control felt fine to me. At the very least, it wasn't noticeably different from other boost-centric Sonic games, especially in the cyberspace levels. It's true that it doesn't really matter what speed Sonic hits a rail at, he'll still grind it all the same, but I also don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Now, there were definitely some weird moments, like I mentioned in the preview, where I was fighting the Asura boss, and I would run up the arm, and despite feeling like I should have enough momentum to reach the head, I would kind of just fly upwards and not have enough forward momentum to lock onto the head, and I would just kind of, fall back down to the ground. But to me, that felt more like an issue with the boss itself rather than an overall problem with momentum. So yeah, I wish I had a better answer for you than, the momentum didn't really bother me all that much, or, it feels very similar to other 3D boost-centric Sonic games, but, that's kind of where I'm at with momentum right now. Those were the two big ones that kept coming up, so I kind of wanted to group them all together. But now let's look at some more targeted questions. Lone Speedster DX asked, how does the combat work in Frontiers? The starting combo seems to be that punch and kick string, but how do any of the special attacks work? So the way it works is that when you homing attack onto something, you'll do the little punch kick combo, and then on the last hit, you'll kind of kick yourself away and you'll come back down to the ground. There are a couple of upgrades that you can get in the skill tree that add some sort of new attack to the end of that string. So that's where you see like this move and then this move. I think, and this is one of those things where like, don't quote me on this, because again, I played this a month and a half ago, but I think that there is a combo counter. I think you get rewarded with like a certain kind of power-up mode if you do a bunch of hits without getting hit. So there is a reward for being careful with regards to
if he's remembering that right.
When to lay off your attack, and when the opponent is about to strike back, you can use a dodge to get out of the way. Dodges are on the L1 and R1 buttons, so you can just quickly get out of the way if something's about to attack you. You can use parries, you can lock on. Another one of the abilities that you can get is that kick attack. You can see right here where you kick a bunch of sound waves and it looks really awesome. That's generally how combat works. It's not, this isn't Devil May Cry. I think the real test for the combat of this game will be enemy variety. There were a handful of enemies that all were a bit different, and I had to fight them a little bit differently in order to defeat them, but it's really going to be a matter of if they can keep on introducing new enemy types that keep having new and interesting ways to deal with them.
Exactly.
And I think that's going to be the real test of whether combat is going to be exciting in the open world. Open zone. What does collecting those little rock guys do? Asked Vincent_mate. So collecting those little rock guys, it's kind of like Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild, where like you solve a really simple puzzle, you find a Korok seed. You do kind of the same thing in Sonic Frontiers. And what they do is that somewhere on the island is like this elder rock guy. And if you get enough little rock guys, I wish I could remember the name for them right now. I'm sorry, again, a month and a half ago. If you get enough of those little rock guys and you bring them back to the Elder, he will either upgrade your speed or upgrade your maximum rings that you can carry. And you may be like,
okay,
well,
good
I
reason to
understand,
do it.
Why I would want to upgrade my speed, obviously, but why would I want to upgrade my maximum rings? When you get hit in Sonic Frontiers, you don't just drop all your rings. You drop 40 rings. It's a set amount every time. And if you're able to collect 400 rings, I believe the cutoff is 400 rings, you're able to activate this like super blue boost that envelops Sonic in like this awesome blue aura. He's able to go even faster on his boosts, and he goes extremely fast. If you thought that Sonic Frontiers isn't fast enough, just trust me, it's once you get this blue boost, he moves plenty fast. And I wish I had footage of it, because it was one of the cooler things that I got to experience in my playtime. Sonic Rich says,
I wish they had footage of it. I want to see it. Sounds cool. Sounds just like normal boost, but badass.
From the get-go, or were there points where you strictly had to follow the story path? No, you're pretty much able to go wherever you want when you first land on Starfall Island. Obviously there is a main quest that you are constantly reminded of, but you're able to just go off in a direction. There's a bunch of puzzles to solve to open up your map. The map will tell you where Chaos Emeralds are. You'll be able to find more puzzles to open up more of the map. So there's actually a lot to do in the open zone. There's a bunch of collectibles to find, the aforementioned rock guys that you can grab. It doesn't really funnel you towards a certain path. You're kind of free to take on that critical path whenever you want. Alright, lightning round time. Let's do a bunch of them really quick. Was there any form of spin dash or rolling, albeit in his base moveset or the skill tree? No, but there is a drop dash. Was the light speed dash present at all?
Drop
yes.
dash?
Is there a Chow Garden or at least Chow in the game? I can't speak for the whole game, but in the 4 hours that I played, not a single Chow was seen. From
Drop
what I played,
dash?
how was the music? It was good. One of the first things that me and Jeffrey talked about when we got out of our demo was how much we enjoyed the music. So it's not, it's not Crush 40, but it's very fitting and, it sounds nice in my ears. Alright, well, that is going to do it for me, and that is going to do it for our IGN first of the month of June for Sonic Frontiers. Thank you all so much for watching. Of course, if you missed any of our coverage, we've got a full hands-on preview. We've got an interview with director Kishimoto-san, an interview with Izuka-san, the head of Sonic Team, and over on IGN.com, we have a written interview with Ian Flynn, the writer of Sonic Frontiers. Thanks again for watching, and for everything else, keep it here on IGN.
Well, he was just answering questions, I guess. I don't know what I was expecting exactly. Maybe more. I'm really curious about the drop dash comment. That was a bit. Isn't the drop dash literally the Mania thing, right? So, like, technically he has a spin dash? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, unfortunately, like, when he was asked that question about, oh, is it like Unleashed, Colors, Generations, or Forces? He said it's like Unleashed, but from what little we saw, it just kind of, it's got that very big, wide blockiness that Forces had. So I'm actually a little worried about those levels. Not, we saw so little. I don't want to be a negative Nancy about it. So, it looked like maybe there were some alternate paths, very linear, but, there were parts of Forces I still enjoyed. So hopefully, with Frontiers, it's just a little, just a little more. But the drop dash thing was cool. I'm glad to hear about this apparently a crazy boost, and you can upgrade speed, which we already kind of knew about, but it's just nice to hear it, right? Yeah, honestly, there wasn't that much else in this that was, not so much that we haven't heard before. Like, the cyberspace levels are being treated both as like a normal stage select, but also sort of like what Sonic Colors did, it sounds like, where there are some just gimmicky stages, which is fine. That's actually, it offers not replayability, but a variety in breaking up the pace. So that's good. And based on what he said, there is incentive to collect things, right? Because it's not just haha, go get stuff because reasons. They make sense, speed up Sonic, increase ring count, whatever. That sounds fine. Playing and doing it, and how frequently you upgrade versus work to get them, and like whether or not it feels worth it. That'd be, we'll see. That'll be up for debate. But, so far, I'm still excited. It still looks promising. And after that one gameplay where the dude, the one dude was going crazy, was awesome. Wish I could have reacted to that, but I didn't know what I was watching until it was too late. And then I was enamored, like air dodge and the slow-mo and being able to boost while doing the what do they call it, the side loop, was pretty sick. So, but this is still a good video. I think he picked good questions. I'm glad that the music is used well. All the collectibles seem to serve a purpose. I do notice that he's saying he controls fine, and then he goes on to say, oh, he controls like these other games. I feel like after seeing the better gameplay, that's not true. And I don't mean this in oh man, you should know because you're covering Sonic the Hedgehog. People don't play those games as much, as people who are diehard Sonic fans like me. I played Sonic Colors recently again just because I like colors, right? So that's just how it is. But to me, it looks pretty clear that he does not control like those games. That he does control better because you can make circles, and we got confirmed, or we got confirmation that the side loop does not enhance your ability to do a circle. It's not considered a tight turn. And when we saw him boost into the side loop, that was amazing. So he clearly controls better than in those games. Because not to say that it was terrible or anything. At least it was very holy crap, because he was so fast, and the drift wasn't great in that game. It was fine. But he can bob left and right and stuff, but he had a very I gotta run forward, right? That doesn't really seem to be the case with this anymore, and I love that. I think that's great. The question is, does that control continue over into cyberspace levels? Blah 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 blah. But hopefully it's good. We'll see more of it. Hopefully soon. I actually would love it if we get a demo of the first island. I think that'd be awesome. I would prefer it not be timed, but also maybe just take some stuff out. Maybe lock some stuff. Right. I would like to try out 2 cyberspace levels and just running around. I think would be super cool. I think I'm gonna go check out that interview with Ian Flynn real quick. This is nighttime screenshot, looks great, actually. Like, this looks super good. Sonic, Tails, and Amy embark for the Starfall Islands to investigate the disappearance of the Chaos Emeralds. So the Chaos Emeralds vanished. Okay, that's neat. Things take a turn for the dramatic immediately, and Sonic is left alone with a lot of questions. The story is his journey to uncover all the mysteries of the islands, rescue his friends, and discover how everything ties together. Probably something to do with Sage, I think was revealed her name, the that we saw in the little Nintendo Switch part. Oh, this is cool. All right. This is neat because everybody loves Eggman, right? I try to find something fun in all the characters, but letting loose with Dr. Eggman is always a delight. We could take his character in some interesting directions in Sonic Frontiers. Okay. Yeah, we already knew he was still going to be in it. Right. He's either trapped on the island too or doing something on the island. We don't know. Melancholy is a good word for the story overall. Sonic's indomitable spirit carries him throughout the adventure, and it's what allows him to help each of his friends as they tackle their own personal challenges. Someone else you encounter will have their very identity shaped by their interactions with Sonic, maybe Sage, which isn't always a comfortable process. Then there's the secrets of the Starfall Islands themselves and how the tragedies of the past have led to the adventure today. Sonic's never say die attitude is certainly put to the test. Okay, cool. For new players, I hope they enjoy their time with Sonic, get to know his friends, and are satisfied with the journey to uncover all the mysteries of the game. For veteran players, I hope they enjoy the individual character arcs. Okay. And the threads I tried to weave between Sonic Frontiers and the rest of the Sonic series. Okay. That sounds cool. That sounds interesting. Yeah, this lady. Some of this cyberspace stuff really does remind me of Infinite, but I don't know if that's just a crackpot conspiracy theory of mine at this point. But yeah, this is the lady Sage. I don't know if she's the voice or the new villain or what. Yeah, we saw her a smidge in that trailer. She definitely, I swear, had like a big eye though, like a singular, almost robot eye. So I wasn't expecting the little face. But I mean, I think she looks fine. It doesn't look crazy, but I want to see more of this and everything. And I'm still looking forward to the game a lot. I do have some concerns still here and there, but I've been cautiously optimistic the entire time. So I would love to get my hands on it. I would like to see a more updated build. We did kind of see some stuff that we haven't seen before, which was nice, as well as some confirmations for stuff that you can do. But I did appreciate in the IGN video they mentioned, like, as long as the enemy variety is good, the combat will be fun. And I agree. I think that that's exactly what this game needs, is just the enemy variety and dealing with them in specific ways, because Sonic doesn't have the most lucrative move set, more than he ever has, obviously, but not the most insane. Again, not like Devil May Cry, like he said. But dealing with enemy variety would help a lot, and if not, carry the combat a lot. Because like when you boost around and can silent people, that's a really cool mechanic. I think that's super fun. So hopefully this works out. The Ian Flynn interview was good too, but they didn't really talk too much about the story, which is fair because they want to keep it. It's supposed to be a mysterious story. You got to uncover the secrets of the islands and all that, and how this lady is involved and stuff. And I was cool that he said that Dr. Eggman will go to interesting places and there's character arcs for everybody. I think that's cool. So that's really nice. I'm excited to look forward to that. But the IGN video was a little underwhelming, not because of I keep forgetting the guy's name, but not because of the guy making the video. It was just answering some questions, just giving some slight insight on some stuff that we kind of knew to some extent. But we did hear about the drop dash and the fact that you get some crazy boost, so there was some good stuff there for sure. It was still good. It was still a good video. And again, thanks for all that, IGN, of course. But I've got this thirst. I've got the new Sonic game thirst, right? And I would like that to be quenched, but I just got to be patient, I guess. Still looks good, looks promising. At the very least, this does not look like it's going to be forces in terms of quality. It looks like it's going to be noticeably better. That's good. I'm trying to keep my expectations realistic. I think it'll be a good game. It'll be better. I'm hoping it will be. I feel like it will be, right? Maybe it won't be amazing, but I'm hoping it'll be good and they can kind of build upon that, because that'd be nice. If it ends up blowing me out of the water, then cool. That's great. That's not a bad thing at all. But I've got this feeling in the end, it's just gonna be a good game. It's gonna be solid. It's gonna be pretty fun. It's gonna be good to great, whatever, like 7 to 8. Don't quote me on that, obviously. I'm just, there's some stuff that looks a little rough, but it's not too bad. It's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to dig on the game. I'm just cautiously optimistic, and but I am really excited regardless of that. I'm really excited for the theme of it. I like that there's a mystery. They're going a different direction. They got Ian Flynn. I think that stuff's great. So hopefully it ends up being really good. I would kill for it to be like the greatest Sonic game in the 3D era. But I'm not gonna hold my breath about that kind of stuff. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'm just gonna keep trying to cover this while we can. So, and hopefully we find out more about this character. Not too much, obviously, but hopefully we just get some more info soon. You know, I really want to like see a cyberspace level in full because I really want to see like it seems like the Green Hill one is purposefully blocky forces linear because and again we didn't see very much of it because he just confirmed it's like the first level. The first level before you go to the open world is seemingly a cyberspace level. Um, and then there you go. Right. So that's fine. It's Sonic going through his memories or whatever we heard about. Cool beans. We'll see about that though. I'm just cautiously optimistic. I'm a little nervous, right? Let me know what you guys think down below. Hope you're staying safe with everything going on. Love you all. Hope your dreams come true. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.